Thank you for watching our little texting skit. As you probably know, our video topic is about emojis. In this presentation, we will be explaining how our learning goal ties into the skit you were just shown. Our first learning goal is to inform our audience on the background of the creation of emojis, and how emojis have affected our communication via text instead. So where exactly were emojis created? They were made in Japan by Shigeta Kurita, and they were meant to allow Japanese users to more clearly express their emotions and ideas through text. Nowadays, emojis have spread worldwide and include animals, food, and faces. This diverse, appealing inventory of emojis can be thought of as a reflection of the playfulness of digital culture. As of March 2019, the Unicode standard has 3,019 emojis. In our skit, which is about two friends, Kylie and Kendall, texting, you may have noticed that Kendall has taken advantage of this emoji inventory. In particular, she uses a lot of face emojis. This allows Kendall to express herself creatively with greater brevity and nuance. For example, consider the emoji with the eyebrows and mouth turned downwards. This can communicate disappointment. In addition, the rolling eyes emoji can indicate annoyance. Face emojis are important because they allow us to communicate our emotions universally, since facial expressions do not differ from culture to culture, as indicated by a study conducted by Dr. Ekman in 1975. Kendall also used object emojis, which allowed her to communicate her ideas without writing out full sentences. Interestingly enough, our modern emojis resemble hieroglyphics. The purpose of hieroglyphics was to enable all ancient citizens of Egypt to understand a message, regardless of their social status. For example, everyone can understand what a picture of a cup or a bird is meant to represent. As we can see, using emojis allows millennials to express themselves more clearly. Hi again. Thank you for watching our second skit, which was about a texting conversation between a father and daughter. We constructed this skit with the intention of raising awareness of how younger and older generations may interpret emojis differently. While you were watching the skit, you may have noticed that there were times when the father and daughter became confused because they interpret emoji meanings differently. For example, when the daughter used the nerd emoji and when the dad used the peach emoji. Typically, adults tend to interpret emojis more literally because they are not familiar with cyber slang. When the daughter used the nerd emoji, she meant to communicate that she knows her friend Sarah from school, an academic setting. However, when the dad interpreted this emoji, he thought that this meant that Sarah is literally a nerd. In addition, the peach emoji is a funny example of how one emoji may represent two very different things to individuals of younger and older generations. In our research article, What Your Favorite Emoji Really Means, brought up an interesting study that compared how three generations, Generation X, ages 42 to 52, Generation Y, ages 24 to 41, and Generation Z, ages 18 to 23, interpreted emojis. They found that Generation X and Generation Y interpreted the peach emoji as literally a peach. On the other hand, Generation Z interpreted the peach emoji as something else, a butt. This study also found that the upside-down smiley face is considered by Generation Z as a sarcastic or passive-aggressive expression, while it is interpreted by Generation Y and Generation X as equivalent to a smiley face. Note how the upside-down smiley face resembles a fake smile while the smiley face looks more like a real smile. Despite these differences, there are still some similarities in how older generations interpret emojis. A study about age difference in recognition of emoticons revealed that individuals in the older generation found it easier to correctly interpret the meaning of the realistic facial expression emojis. In the father-daughter conversation, the father used the one eyebrow up emoji, which can easily be recognized as something that is meant to communicate sternness or suspicion. So in spite of some of these intergenerational differences, there are some emojis that can be understood universally. And that concludes our presentation.